I'm 32, and let me tell you, there's plenty of things that I now know that I wish I knew in my 20s, or even younger if possible. So, with that said, these are the 12 things that I wish I knew sooner. First and foremost is invest in yourself. So, when I say this, I don't just mean in terms of investments as in finance, I mean invest in your health, your education, and experiences, as well as assets and finance. Now, why I say this is because since my late 20s, I had some injury issues and I had some problems, and it made me realize I really wish I took my health and my fitness much more seriously sooner. So, let me tell you that it's important to remain active, to remain healthy, and not take your health for granted. And in terms of education, I mean, this is something that I'm kind of neglected since leaving school. I didn't really educate myself so much more. I didn't, try learning new things and get new skills and upgrade myself, so to speak. And I think it's massively important. I wish now that I took that time in my 20s to really develop myself, because that will set you up for life. But also in terms of experiences, so there's plenty of things I wish I did. I wish I traveled more in my 20s and experienced, more incredible things and done more incredible things. Since I've probably been in my late 20s and so far in my 30s, I have heavily invested in experiences. So I've seen a lot more of the world now. And not only that, in terms of experiences, I've swam with stingrays, I've swam with dolphins, I've done parasailing, I've done an action jump or a bungee jump, if you will, and many more things like this. And I'm so thankful I've done these things. Whilst they were scary, I'm so glad I've done those things because they've made me grow so much as a person. And I think the more you have these experiences when you're younger, the even better it is, because it really sets that foundation for the rest of your life. But also in terms of finance, yes, I do have to say about investing, this is incredibly important because this will set you up for later in life. And the younger you start investing, the much better benefit you get. I think more and more younger people and 20-year-olds and everything are getting more into investing, and this knowledge is out there more, which is great. But yeah, you really should take action on it because, yeah, even if you just put a little bit of money, whatever you can, it's worth doing as soon as possible. The next thing I want to say is about taking risks. Yeah, so when you're in your 20s, when you're younger, or when you don't have responsibilities and different things like this, you should take risks, you should take opportunities. Because when you're older, like me now, I'm in my 30s, I mean, I can still take risks, but it's starting to get a bit more. I have some responsibilities now, and I can't, I don't live with my parents anymore, so I can't take so many risks as I did when I was younger. And I definitely think this is something I kind of wish I did more of when I was younger. Try and chase those passions, try and start that side hustle, start a business, these things. Why not? You're in your 20s, you're in your teens, whatever, go for it. If you're passionate about something, go for it, because you'll never know if you don't take that risk. Another one I want to mention, the third one, is live in the moment. I think in this day and age, it's really easy not to be present and, to be checking our phones and doing all these things. But I firmly recommend you live in the moment, because you can't get that moment back. Once it's gone, it's gone. So enjoy it. I know it's easy to just want to take pictures and film everything, but be present. Enjoy it. It's okay to do some pictures and some videos, but make sure you enjoy that memory, that moment, because that moment won't be coming back around again. So make the most of it. And by extension of that, don't live in the past. Focus on the now. Live in the moment. And it's also important to plan for the future. Like I said about investing, do that. But don't obsess over the future, so much so that you don't even live in the now. What I say is, take the lessons learned from the past, don't dwell on them. Plan for the future so that you're prepared for it, but live in the now. Live in the moment. Trust me, this is a big thing, and I struggle with it I still struggle with it here and now. And there's quite a few of these that I still struggle with, but I definitely know I'm doing a lot better now than I was before. So if you take these lessons learned, I hope they will help you, and I hope that they make you think more and think, oh, maybe I should focus on this a little bit more, or maybe I should try this a little bit more. Anyway, the next one is also a sort of extension of this. Enjoy your moments with your family and friends, because like I said, these time won't come back around again. And unfortunately, our friends, our family are not going to be here forever the same way we're not. And I have lost family over the years. And let me tell you, you will probably have some regrets of, I wish I spent more time with them. I wish I did this differently. I wish whatever. Trust me, you don't want those regrets. You don't want those thoughts. So I know sometimes you might think, oh, I don't want to go over my grandma's house, or I don't want to spend time with this family member, or this, that, and the other. Just know that, and remember, they won't be here forever. You won't always have that opportunity to go there. So make the most of it. Enjoy your time with your friends and family. Don't rely on external validation. Now, I struggle with this a little bit, and I do think a lot of people struggle with it in this day and age because of technology, because of social media and all these things. It's kind of asking for you to seek it, by posting content, by, even maybe for me on here, posting content, getting likes and different things, but don't focus all of your attention on it. Don't rely on external validation to make you feel worth or worthy, because that will lead to your downfall. Because if something's not getting what you normally used to, you will feel down when there's no reason to be. So don't focus on it. Just focus internally, because internally is all the happiness you need, and that is where you can find it. So this is why it's important to do the work, to better yourself, to focus your mind, and to improve yourself, and to do that inner work that you need to do, because then you won't need that external validation. And trust me, external validation does not lead to true happiness. Internal does. Another one I want to mention is mastering your mornings. So yeah, you'll see this on all these influencers and different things saying, oh, I wake up at 5 a.m. and I train like crazy for an hour. I do this, I do that. Yes, it can be a bit ridiculous, but it is actually generally important to master your mornings, because your mornings set the tone for the rest of your day. You've probably heard this before, but it is so true. I've found over the years, when I as soon as I wake up and I reach out for my phone, I'm then going to be like that for the rest of the day. I'm going to be dependent on my phone. I'm going to be looking at my phone. I'm going to be scrolling. I'm going to be picking it up for no reason whatsoever other than boredom. And that is not great, because you are being controlled by your phone. You're being controlled by your tool, when you are the one who should be in control. So I do firmly recommend trying to avoid going on your phone, on TV, anything first thing in the morning. So maybe you want to wake up, make your bed, brush your teeth, all these things. Maybe have a little workout or something, some physical activity, and different things like this to set the tone for your day. Start it in the right way. It's not about doing everything perfect. It's not about doing all the best things and healthy things you need to do. It's just about trying to set the tone for the rest of the day, and to not chase the bad habits right away. Next one is a big one, and this is one that I probably struggled with for some time, and I'm sure many of you do. It's that no one thinks about you like you do. By which I mean, no one's obsessed about your hairstyle, the way you look, the words you use, the things you say, or anything like this. So stop overthinking. I'm definitely a casualty of this, so to speak. I'm definitely a person who has massively overthought in my life, or overthinked in my life, and obsessed over, I shouldn't have said this, or why did I say this, oh, I should have said this instead, or oh, I look silly, or I look scruffy, or whatever. It could be anything, anything. But the point being is no one is focusing on everything you're focusing on. The thing is, because it's us, we focus on every little tiny aspect and detail. But other people do that too. It's like the old gym situation. Everyone is there worried about themselves, panicking about themselves. Oh, I might look stupid, or I've got to make sure this form's okay, or whatever. And the thing is, everyone's doing that same thing. They're not focused on you. So don't worry about it, because everyone's doing that exact same thing. Next, I want to say, don't just do things because your friends are, your family are, or because society is, and there's some sort of external pressure that you should be there as well. So what I mean by this is, don't go to college just because your friends are doing it, or just because your family wants you to. And basically don't make decisions because your family thinks you should do this, or because this is what society thinks. Okay, so I'm 30, so I should have a kid now, or I'm 35, so I should be married, or whatever. Do things on your own time schedule. Don't worry about external noise and what others and what society highlights as the norm. It's all down to you, and just focus on yourself. Don't worry about external noise. And by extension of that, the next one is, don't let other people's opinions cloud your judgment or your decision making. Just because someone else would do something differently, or suggest that you should do something differently, doesn't mean to say you have to do what they say. You can take this advice on board, but ultimately it's down to you. And in that regard, don't blame other people if you make the decision that they stated. Ultimately, it's down to you. So you need to take that accountability and ownership. Don't blame others for things that go wrong. Ultimately, you're the architect of your own destiny. You're the architect of your own life. So you're the only person who can take accountability for your actions. People can give you advice. People can make suggestions. But you are the one who needs to take the action. You are the person's life it involves around. So make the right decisions for you. Next, I want to say, don't break promises to yourself. Now, this might seem silly, but it's incredibly important. If you make a certain promise or a certain commitment to yourself, or I need to accomplish this, or I don't know, I promise I will go here tomorrow, or whatever. Or I promise I'll go to the gym. If you make these promises to yourself, stick to them. Because if you don't, then you're going to start yourself going down a negative path, a negative attitude. Because if you don't even take yourself seriously, if you don't even have that commitment to yourself seriously, then why the hell would you commit seriously to other people? Why the hell would you keep your word to other people if you can't even keep your word to yourself? It's important. And let me just tell you, I've sometimes have struggled with this, but it's incredibly important, because if you follow through on your promises, you build up that belief in yourself. So if, say, oh, I'm going to run, I don't know, 10K or something, I'm going to do that, and I actually do it, I reaffirm to myself that my word is my bond. And it might sound silly, but it's powerful, because otherwise you won't take yourself seriously and you'll just opt out of life. You won't take control. So let me know in the comments anything that you wish you knew sooner, or if any of this list resonates with you so far, let me know. And if this has been helpful so far, leave a like. That said, let's go into the last two. The next one is, don't let your past mistakes or trauma control you. So kind of like we alluded to earlier about living in the past, you don't want to do that, but also you don't want to hold on to past mistakes and past trauma, past relationship issues, whatever it might well be, or childhood trauma, whatever it is. Because us dwelling on it and living in that moment, living in that situation or in that pain, it does not help us because we're just carrying that with us. And then it will affect our future relationships, or in general, it will affect our outlook on life, our mindset, and our life overall. So it's important to accept trauma, to learn from it, and to move forward. Don't let the trauma define you. Let it help you and mold you to be a stronger person, to be even better for it. Because ultimately, if you allow it to control you, then it's won. Whatever it was, it's won. And you're not living your life to your full potential anymore. Last but not least, I want to say is be grateful for everything you have. Now, this feels cliche, but it's incredibly true. More often than not, we'll focus on things we don't have, on things we want, things we don't have, because the modern world is kind of built to that, us always wanting more consumerism and consumption. But it's important to recognize and to see everything you have and be grateful for that. Be grateful for the clothes you have on your back, the family that support you, the girlfriend that's in your life, whatever it might well be. Be grateful for the positive things, because I guarantee you there is somewhere in the world who would love to be in the situation you are, or who would be so thankful for certain things that you have. So don't take it for granted and appreciate what you have. So that's my list. Those are the 12 things that I kind of wish I knew sooner, or I wish I had in my mindset before. I wish I had this certain outlook before. If you have anything else you'd add to the list, please feel free to drop it below. And let's help each other, let's learn from each other, let's improve our lives. With that said, if you like this video, please do leave a like, as that really helps me out. And if you want to see more content from me, then feel free to subscribe. That being said, thanks for watching, take care, have a good one guys, bye bye.